Dutch Boy led Paint and the House Committee on Un-American Activities proudly present to you another thrilling installment of Gritt and Lawson Allied Adventures. On tonight's episode, we find our heroes in dire strife, pinned down and completely surrounded. General Gritt and Special Agent Lawson, sequestered in their secret underground bunker, desperately formulate a plan to stave off catastrophe.
Latest report from the front, General Gritt.
Oh, God. 24th Battalion pinned down, 38th Battalion outflanked, and reinforcements stuck in 20 miles worth of kraut-infested muck.
Well, what does all that mean, General?
What does it mean, Agent Lawson? I'll tell you what it means. We are licked, bushwhacked. We couldn't be in a more sorry state if those fascist thugs had Uncle Sam himself bent over their knee with his trousers down.
Oh dear, that's a bleak diagnosis indeed.
Bleak doesn't begin to cut it, Agent Lawson. Save for an act of gold, we'll all be goose-stepping our way to the gallows by this time tomorrow.
Well, I don't know about the Lord, General, but I may have the next best thing.
Really? Yeah, I never picked Jesus as a fighting man.
No. One of my contacts just reached out to me. He said that an elite squad of resistance fighters are on their way to help.
Resistance fighters? More guts than discipline in my experience. But maybe a little guts is just what the doctor ordered. When will they get here?
Any minute now. He said to look for their advanced scout.
And does that telegram say who he is?
It says here that it's Batman.
Batman?
Batman? Yes. Batman, the fabled do-gooder Gothamite, has apparently thrown his cape into the ring to help our heroes in their hour of need.
Batman. Well, what's a cowled city slicker like him doing on the Eastern Front?
Well, that's a good question.
I have no idea, sir, but that's what the note says.
Well, don't that beat all? We're a real genuine superhero swooping in to save the stars and stripes. It's almost enough to make this crusty old patriot weep salty tears of... Oh my goodness, the sweet American cousin Lawson, we're being blitzkrieg!
At the risk of sounding insubordinate, General, I don't think the Nazis are behind this particular aerial assault.
Listen to your familiar, General.
Well, I'll show you familiar, you devil-tongued schnitzel lover!
Lower your weapon, foolish mortal.
Suddenly, our heroes are engulfed in a thick wall of smoke. When it dissipates, they discover that the bat has disappeared, and in its place now stands a towering figure with piercing black eyes, pearly white fangs, and the figure extends his arms, fully displaying his intricate blood-red cape. Is this Dracula?
It will take more than mere bullets to kill me.
Yep, that's Dracula.
Well, that was quite the colorful entrance, my jaundiced friend, but just who in the hell in Roosevelt's moose party are you supposed to be?
I am...
Lord,
Agatha?
you look surprised. Am I so easily forgotten?
On the contrary, my dear. I just did not recognize you in so much clothing.
We never had much use for clothing.
The moonlight was our cloak.
And the cool gravestones our carnal bed.
Should I just leave the room, or...
Oh, no. Oh, of course not. My apologies. General Gritt, allow me to introduce you to...
I am the Prince of Darkness, Angel of the Night, Eternal Shadow. For over 1,200 years I have walked the earth, feeding on the sweet elixir of the innocent. As a man I was Count Dracula, but now I am simply known as Batman.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Vlad, darling, why do you think you're Batman?
Because it is my code name. Everyone in the Resistance has a code name.
And yours is Batman.
I chose it myself.
You can't be Batman.
What insolence! Who are you to dare tell me I am not the Batman?
It's just that name. Well, it's
taken.
Taken? What do you mean, taken? Explain yourself, you omniscient harpy.
Hey!
Well, you see, there's a chap in the States, a sort of masked vigilante who's quite popular. And his name is, well, Batman, so...
So you're saying that because there is some imbecilic mortal beating people up half a world away, I, a man who can literally turn into a bat, cannot be called Batman?
It would be confusing to our listeners at home.
Fine. From now on, you may know me as the Caped Crusader.
Actually, that one's also taken.
By who?
By Batman.
What about the Shadow?
That's taken.
The Phantom?
Taken.
The Spectre?
Taken.
Nightcrawler?
Taken.
Oh, sweet Satan! Why don't I just call myself the Thing? Oh, come on.
Why don't you just go by the Count?
Count. Is that like a corporal?
I am corporeal, yes.
Well, then as your superior, Corporal Dracula, I must admit that I find myself disappointed. I was told I was being sent a bona fide superhero. Said I find myself saddled to some pale-faced weirdo dressed in his Nana's bloomers.
How dare you speak to me this way?
I speak my mind, son. That's just the American way.
No, the American way seems to be to solve all of your problems by putting on tights and stealing all of my cool names.
Really, Vlad? Have you traveled all this way just to get into a stake measuring contest?
He started it.
And by golly, I'll end it too.
Gentlemen, stand down. We don't have time for this nonsense. Every moment you two waste bathing in each other's testosterone is another moment we let that bad apple Adolf Dusseldorf his way through Europe. Now, General Gritt, I realize that the Count is a bit eccentric for your taste, but he really is an elite soldier, expert in reconnaissance, stealth operations, enemy misdirection.
Enemy misdirection.
I make fog with my mind.
Oh, poppycock, you can't really do that. Can he really do that?
Yes, he apparently can do it.
I am a man of many talents.
Not to mention the master of the honeypot.
As you can personally attest to, Agent Lawson.
Yeah, not this again.
I was so young, so innocent.
A beautiful butterfly caught in my web.
The more I fought, the more I was ensnared.
Your body flushed from the struggle.
There was no escape. Nothing to do but wait to be ravished.
Okay. Yeah, well, we get it. You two knock boots.
Oh man, they're starting to get really good, and
But the time is of the essence, and you're going to have to pitch your tent on your own time, Corporal.
Count.
Whatever. Right now, all I need from you is a plan to keep this entire operation from going completely pear-shaped.
On that score, dear General, I bring good tidings. As you know, the heads of the German Reich are as arrogant as they are entitled.
Of course.
So naturally, what do they seize first but the finest castle in the land?
Which in this case would be Castle Dracula.
But of course.
Lady Liberty's nightgown. You're telling me that nearly half the
And nearly half the Nazi officers on the Eastern Front are currently squatting in my ancestral home? Correct.
Well, that's splendid. We could get the jump on them.
Well, that all might be well and dandy, but knowing where your enemy is don't do you a lick of good if you don't have the manpower to take them. That castle has got to be more fortified than Fort Knox, and my men are currently spread thinner than a buttered biscuit on the 4th of July.
We are in a bad state, I'm afraid.
Fear not, my supple comrade. You did not think that I came alone, did you?
You brought backup?
But of course. He is the perfect man for the job. A master of stealth and infiltration. With his help, we will be able to storm the castle with ease.
He sounds impressive.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, you best start believing then, boss.
Ah!
what the fundamental change this mysterious voice brings to our story is anyone's guess. So our heroes look to Dracula for an explanation. I said our heroes look to Dracula for an explanation.
How rude of me. Please, allow me to introduce my stealth expert, Dr. Griffin, otherwise known as the...
Agatha!
Claude?
Oh my God, with this wacko too?
Will Major Gritt and Agent Lawson be able to trust their new companions? Will they finally be able to show those naughty Nazis the backhand of the American way? Will we hopefully find out even more dirty details about Agent Lawson's love life and find out on the next exciting episode of Gritt and Lawson Allied Adventures, brought to you by Coppertone Tanning Butter.
What was that?
Goddard's silver polish.
Seriously?
And Clippers Craft Pickett Fence Emporium.
Okay, that's just straight up mean.
Until next time, always remember, eat your spinach, look out for commies, and be sure to tune in next week for another thrilling installment of Gritt and Lawson Allied Adventures.